Good morning, YouTube, you sexy mammy jammies. Today is now Wednesday, October 15th, 4:05 in the a.m. I woke up at like 3:30. My alarm was set for 4:15. And I'm doing this because I told you, I want to make sure I can get to that second delivery. Damn it. I need to get 2 of these things off today, so I can have this load completed tomorrow. We are currently, we got to drop off in Freightliner, Louisiana today, and then try to get over 3.5 to 4 hours to Nacogdoches, Texas, to drop that second unit off before 4 o'clock. So, oh my God, Trucker Pad, I guess, wants to reboot, or update, right as I'm doing something. So we got to get up and going. I'm just trying to see. I think we're like 5 hours away from Goldman. 5.5, maybe 6. I don't know. 5.5. No, 6. Get off my screen. Let's go that way. 20 down to Jackson. Yeah, we should be there. It's gonna be tough from there to there, from there to the next one. But I was fighting sleep. I couldn't. I just wasn't going to risk driving no more. So once I did what I said I was going to do, transferred everything, hit render, and I went back into sleeper. And I was probably 15 minutes in. I passed out. So anyway, let me hit the road. Let's get to getting. Maybe we can miss some of this morning traffic. I think we're an hour from Birmingham. So well, whatever. It is what it is. We got to get to getting and get this stuff delivered. See if we can't get that second load off today. That's the goal. But yeah, thanks for being here. Appreciate all the support, everything, guys. Let's get to getting and see what the trucking world has in store for us today, shall we?
Crack a monster, greet the sun. Big blues humming, ready to run.
All right, we are 15 miles from the state line, from Alabama to Mississippi. We're 130 miles or so from Jackson. At that point, we will head 55 south for a little bit and then head off onto some state roads, U.S. roads or whatever. We got a couple hours. Let's see. We do this and that. Trucker Pass says we got still 4 hours to go. We're 260 miles away. ETA initially was like 11:30 or 11:32. We're down to 11:27. So, I mean, it's pushing it to whether I can get to that second one. Because like I said, it's like 220 miles from Faraday to Nacogdoches, Texas. So maybe we'll move, maybe we won't. But we're pushing for it. It's also going to depend on how busy that place is when I get there to get this one unloaded and how quick we can get all that stuff to work. So sun's finally coming up, getting daylight, so I can start functioning again, because it's early morning crap, right? For me. Some of y'all can do it. Even though I slept enough because I woke up on my own. These early mornings I'm just not a morning guy. Say what you want, I don't give a shit. You know what? Listen, I can't even stress to you enough. Alright, so we were stuck back there for about 30 minutes. There's a wreck on the interstate just east of Jackson. Come up to a wall of traffic, and then I saw ambulance come up my left, then an ambulance come to my right. So, yeah, I don't know how that happened on the interstate. That front end of that one car was all beat up pretty like to hell. I mean, like, she rear-ended that, whatever. Not paying attention. She may be going speed limit or even 65. Who knows how slow that person was going. Anyhow, somebody ran into somebody else. They got out the side of the road, and now we're moving. But while I was there, I got on the load board, and I got a new load, which allows me to kind of slow down on this one, because after that delay there, I don't think I'm going to make by 4 o'clock today in Nacogdoches. I'm still going to try, because I want this to be off my truck tomorrow. My next load is going to be from Oklahoma City to Columbus, Ohio. 900 miles, very, very good rate, but it's a different type of load than I've ever done on this channel, ever done at all, and I've ever. It's kind of flipping my whole world upside down for this load, and we'll talk more about that later and why that is. But it may lead into something permanent. I don't know, but we'll see. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Right now, we are coming into Jackson. We're actually still in Pearl, Mississippi. We're very close to Jackson. We're 8 miles before we start heading south on I-55. And then this is here, we're going to go 53 miles, and we hit US 84. US 84, yeah. And then we follow that for however long. And then we should be there roughly about 11:30 as of right now. So yeah, more about that next load here in just a little bit. I don't do this often. Usually my radio's always on, or I'm listening to something. But I don't know, I muted my radio about 20 minutes ago, and I just been driving here in silence, just listening to the sound of the engine and the sounds of just being out here on the road. It's quite peaceful. And it's pretty right here along US 84 westbound and coming out of Brookhaven, Mississippi. 70 miles to go, y'all. Did stop a couple miles back after I've been driving for 6 hours straight, and I had to go tinkle. Got a fresh beverage when I was in there, and thought about cross my mind going ahead and doing a 30 there, just go ahead and get it out the way. But I'm only 24 miles away from delivery. I felt like I'll get a 30 done while I'm there. So just to get my hours back to see if I have enough time to make it to the next stop. And I won't know that until I lock into the GPS and see what route it takes me and all that good stuff. So if I do, it'll be close. But also, I went on duty at 4 a.m., right? So how much time am I going to be allowed to work too? So am I going to be able to squeeze the delivery in and get to a park location before I go out in violation? So those are questions that must be determined here in a little bit. But yeah, we are going through a little town called Natchez, Natchez, Mississippi. We ain't got to Louisiana yet. I just actually realized. So cool looking little town. I mean, it's a town, but it looks clean and tidy. But then again, that's just the skin of things. The little place I stopped at was a little Chevron truck stop kind of thing. But anyhow, 23 miles away. We should be there now about, I guess we was back here about 13 minutes, so we lost a few minutes. We'll be there about 11:45.
$10.20 to $25 expected. Bridge inspection. I saw inspection. I was like, I thought that said DOT inspection. Like, what? They're shutting down the bridge for DOT inspections in Natchez. That's what I thought. Mississippi River. This is the Mississippi if you've never seen it. I mean, it's been a lot of my drive vlogs, but I've never, or it's my drive tashes. I've never actually just recorded driving across the Mississippi, just chatting with you.
Cotton fields. Oh, I remember trying hauling that. Yeah, the cotton seed, man. From when I was with Schneider, I turned that load down when I got there because they said they spray this stuff in, and they can guarantee that you're going to be under the legal weight of 80,000, but they can't guarantee axle distribution because it's sprayed in and they can't really adjust it. They make you sign a waiver. Y'all remember that when I did a video about that? They make you sign a waiver. I called Schneider before I signed it. I read it, and I even sent him pictures. Like, listen, bro, this shit ain't hell no. I'm protecting my license. I am not going to. We may say, well, we ain't never had no. I was like, well, we may not have had no problems out of it before, but just my fucking luck, I'll be the first one to have problems with it. I'm protecting my license. I am not taking a load like this. That's what I told him as a company driver, and of course, they didn't like it. I'm sure it went against their numbers. I heard them. But you know what? You got to protect yourself. You got to protect your license. And I've had that mentality even before trucking. I've driven as a career for now 28 years. So if you're a driver and your livelihood is driving, you protect your license, period. So anyhow, we're about 1.5 miles away from where we turn, and we're there. That building right there on the left, the one coming up, that should be the facility.
trucker entrance, according to Trucker Path, is just past the facility. Come from the other side, but I want to make sure I keep an eye out for signs. So this ain't a store. This is an actual facility, which is, that could be a store. I don't know. It's a John Deere place. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is consumer. Could be. I don't know, is there any signs for receiving anything? You said they had docks, so I don't know. I wonder if this fella, I'm gonna get his attention. I was wanting to get y'all some footage, but I'm telling you, talk about fast. That dude came over to me. He said, go around the building, the ramp's on the other side. I get over here at the ramp, him and this other guy's there waiting. I back up to it. By the time I get to the back, the doors are open, and they already got my strap off. Rolled up, the other guy's driving it off. I'm like, well, shit. I'm literally here 5 minutes. I'm like, cool. So, I will. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna sit right here. I got paperwork I gotta get out and all that crap. Close out this stop and go from there. So let's just get out of the way, stay here for a second, and figure out where we got to go for the next one. First, let's hit departure from here because we're done. The connection here is crap. 4G LTE. So, all right, now, so let's do this. That stop's completed. Now, Nacogdoches. Copy that. Clear that trip. Come on, ship. It's copied. Perfect. That one there. 3927. Northwest, yes, boom. Yes, that one there. The initial overview said 220 miles. Right now it's noon. It's 220.7 miles. 3 hours and 43 minutes. Now, question is now. So no 30 happened here. Or at least, not yet. I'm not going to make it because I got to get a 30 in. Because right now I've only got an hour and 12 minutes before I get my break. I got 4 hours and 12 minutes left of my day. Alright, so let me activate that trip. Let me just click go. Can I get somewhere in the next hour? truck stop wise. 49. They're popping up now. Like I said, slow in and out. There's that Love's right there. That's a Love's 60 miles away. If I add that to trip, how long will it take me to get there? Less than an hour 12. It says an hour and 13. We can get there. If not, I'll just have to violate and just put safe haven search. By 1 or 2 minutes shouldn't be a big deal, right? Alright. Let's get to getting. Alright, I just got to this Love's. I had 2 minutes left on my clock, so I'm gonna do a 30. I just looked up at the location. I knew it was in Nacogdoches. I go through Nacogdoches all the time, going up and down 59 when I go to Houston, right? From up 30 up north, all the Little Rock and all that. So I passed this place many times. I know where it's at. And there's a TA Express. If you remember back when I was with company driver with Schneider, and I had that blowout. Now the alligator. Remember the alligator? And I filmed the repairman come by and do that tire. It was a trailer tire. And the gator was still wrapped around the wheel, so it was whatever. Anyway, that TA Express is where I pulled off. And I'm 150 miles from there, so 2 hours, 2.5 hours away. Once my 30 is up, I will have 3 hours of drive clock left. 3 hours and 2 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and drive after my 30's up here. I'm gonna go ahead and drive to that TA Express and be in prime spot for the morning as soon as they open up at 8 a.m. and deliver that load. That, if I can start there, I can probably get all 3 dropped tomorrow. That's the thought process as of right now. But immediately what I got to do, I got to finish the 30. So I'm going to walk inside. I was kind of waiting for this tanker to get out of my way so I don't leave an empty truck at the pump. Now that alley next to me is open and there's a spot in front of it that's open. Should have went there. Matter of fact, I'll just go around and park in an actual spot. And then, yeah, right now I'm gonna grab something. I grab something for lunch. Grab something to munch on. I'm not sure how hungry I am. There's only a freaking Arby's here. I think right now. Actually, now I'm gonna move for Subway. Subway meatball sub, mozzarella, Parmesan, and some black olives. That would be good right now. Unfortunately, which no one ever says, unfortunately, about a Subway not being in a Love's. Anyway, let me shut the hell up. Alright, so let's talk. Have lunch with me. Spicy chicken sandwich from Love's. And, we still got about 7 minutes to kill. Let's talk about that next load I was telling you about that's going to pretty much flip my world upside down. Everything's different from what you've seen on the channel. You heard me once express interest about entertainment loads, right? Concerts, tours, events, whatever. So as I was back there in that traffic earlier, I looked at the board and I noticed a load out of Oklahoma City going to Columbus. Looked in there and read the description of what it was about. Very good rate. So I called the agent and we talked about it. as I was talking to him, I noticed it was for a 2000 pickup on Sunday. Okay. And then it was a 9 a.m. delivery in Columbus Tuesday morning. Like, man, that's a tight window, isn't it? Yeah, well, that's just the way it is. And we talked. I had some more questions and all that stuff, so we talked for a few more minutes. And I said, I'm kind of worried on that. I'm kind of worried on that whole the time frame part, because I know since it's coming, it's picking up part of the stage from this ballet at the facility, at the arena, the Civic Center, which is where I got to be to get loaded and then take it back to Columbus. So I think, let me give you a call back, because it's one of those things that I didn't want to. I didn't want to sit for a couple of days without finding a load, and two, I wasn't sure if I was wanting to flip my schedule around just to make that happen. Drive nights. But I know it can be done. I mean, I 900 miles is all it is. I'll split it over 2 days, so I'll get loaded. I probably won't be out of it about midnight, because it's after the show. We got to supply 16 straps, 12 to 16 straps, and they load it up. The crew loads it up and secures everything. That's it. So however long it takes them to load up. So I mean, I can drive all night, do a full set through the day, and I can do the same thing the next night, as long as I get there. As long as I'm there Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Now, I'm also crossing over to East Coast time, so that takes an hour from me. So more likely what I'll do is I'll drive 3 or 4 hours the first night, knock a couple hundred miles out. Or I'm probably going to knock 300 miles out. Now, I'm gonna stick with it. 450 miles knocking out first night. Second, and then by the time I get up the next day, it'll be middle afternoon, so that's 7 hours of drive time to get the rest of the way. Then park it, be there by 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. So my reserve on that. So I'll call you back. I wanted to think about it. Problem is, Oklahoma City is only 148 miles away from where I'm dropping off. I was already doing a 200-mile search because I didn't want to head no further than that. Like I said, this load is paying $3 a mile. $2,800 for that 900 miles. I'll take it. Now again, that's money to the truck. So, but I was asking him. I was like, I've never heard of this agent. I was like, hey man, do y'all do a lot of events and tours and stuff? He said, hey, that's all I do. That's all I book. He said, our average load is $3 a mile. We don't book cheap freight. That's what he says. I'm like, well, this ain't actually freight. He said, you're right, it's not. So when I said potential for more in the future, then I'm gonna, once I get through this, and and I even said back then, I know events, you rest all day, and once the event's done, they load you up and you drive. I get that. I know what that entails for that event. And if you know what you're getting into, you got time to prepare yourself. Just pretty much switch your sleep schedule. So given that I'll probably be clear tomorrow or Friday morning, it'll give me, the delivery is not till Sunday, so I'll be set for a couple of days. I'll go to Oklahoma City and I'll sit there for a day and a half, or nearly 2 days. During that time, I can adjust my sleepiness. So, but still, even then, I started this past Tuesday. First load of the week was Tuesday, yesterday. When I dropped this off on Tuesday, that week. It's a really good grocery. Well, it'll be $4,800 just off 2 loads. I'm okay with that. So now I still have an opportunity to maybe pick up a filler Friday morning. Maybe take something close down. If I can find a little puddle jumper, $500,000, I'll do that, and I'll just add to it. I can take something down to Fort Worth or start down in Texas somewhere and back up and be back up here Sunday, or be back up there Sunday evening. I will do that. I got the hours. So Yeah, so that's the load. We're going to the entertainment things, experience that, and then I don't even know what's going to happen. If I get there, am I with already a team that's already on this thing as a tour? Am I going to have to drive with them the whole way, or I don't know. I just know I'm told to be there at 8:00 p.m. on Sunday evening, the 19th. That's what I'll do. So anyway, there's your update. I'm going to finish eating my sandwich, and we're going to drive the 2.5 hours over to the TA Express in Nacogdoches, less than a mile from delivery. All right, so it dawned on me. I was thinking about TA Expresses. I don't stop at the Expresses very often. I've stopped at a couple of them, and I remember one or both of them didn't have showers. And I want to get a shower tonight. So I stopped at this Love's. I'm 75 miles from where I got to deliver this part in the morning. I was getting off this exit anyway to make a left and go the 75 miles to get over there on 84 to 59. So I'm an hour and a half away. So I'll be there at 8 a.m. for delivery, but I want to get a shower tonight, so I'm stopping here at this Love's right off this exit, and then I'll just get out, make a right, and just go on down the rest of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and call it for today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. 1 tractor down, 3 to go. Love you guys. Have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully the vlog gets uploaded sometime soon. Weak connection in the area.